Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat at naririto po ako para ihatid sa inyo ang latest news when it comes to ano pong nangyayari sa ating bansa. So today is November 4. So ano po yung mga latest na balita po natin locally, and then we'll mention a little bit po kung ano po yung nangyayari din internationally. So locally po, as of now, kung makikinig po tayo ng news, marami po ang nagsasabi na kumbaga ang bagyong Rolly ay talagang hinagupit ng matindi ang ilang parte ng ating bansa. Sa amin lamang po dito sa Region 4 or Calabarzon, talagang ramdam din po namin ang bagyo. Hindi man po ganon kalakas ang ulan, pero yung hangin po napakalakas talaga pong on and off yung kuryente sa aming maghapon, especially nung weekend. And then, bumuhos din naman po ang malakas na ulan. Pero yung hangin, sobrang lakas po na magdamag po maghapon, tsaka magdamag talagang wala po kaming ilaw. In some ways, it's better and safe na rin kasi mag-on and off siya, nakakasira din naman po ng kasangkapan. Pero higit pa doon, ang dinanas ng ating ilang mga kababayan mula po sa Catanduanes, talaga pong kumbaga yung landslide na nangyari ay naka-affect po sa kanilang lugar, tirahan, ganun din po nakakalungkot dahil may ilang mga buhay ang nabuwis po dahil sa unexpected na sakunang ito o kumbaga unexpected dala ng bagyong Yuli. So ang maganda rin naman kung balita ay nagtutulungan po ang mga LGUs, ganun din naman po ang ilang sanga ng ating gobyerno upang matulungan ang ating mga kababayan na mas pinapinsala ng bagyo. At para sa mga kababayan natin na may mga kamag-anak na naapektuhan ng bagyo, gayon din sa may mga kamag-anak na pumanaw, kami po ay nakikiramay at ganyan din po ay pinapanalangin na kayo ay gabayan at bigyan din ng kumbaga, peace of mind din po at kumbaga comfort din dahil alam po namin na hindi ganun kadali ang dinadanas ninyo, lalo na hindi lang po nawala ng kagamitan o bahay kung hindi mahal sa buhay. Para naman po sa ating ilang mga balita, aside from this ay sinasabi nilang ang latest update, link din po dito sa magabalitang link sa Bagyong Rolly, ay merong mga ibang netizen na nag-comment at hinahanap nila nasaan na ang hashtag, nasaan na ang Pangulo during the time na nangyari ang landslide sa Catanduanes at kung kasagsagan ng bagyo nitong weekend. Ganun din naman po ay sinagot ito ng ating, sige, basahin lang po natin. So, what do we have here? Yan, para at least kompleto po tayo ng details. Sabi po dito, ito yung disaster response ng ating, yan. So, ito po ay mula sa Manila Bulletin. Sinabi po ng disaster, ayan, may sarili, ito mouse ko. Saglit lang po. Yan, sabi sa national news, disaster response chief shields Duterte and president from criticism. So this was reported by Martin Sodongdong last November 2. Now, the public should not be worried if President Duterte is not seen before, during, and after the Typhoon Rolly. Now, this typhoon po ay tinatawag siya na the strongest storm in the world this year that ravaged our country. Now, Undersecretary Ricardo Halad, Executive Director of the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council or NDRRMC, said this Monday as he defended the president mula sa mga kritiko who pointed out na ang presidente ay absent in top-level post-Raleigh assessment meetings. So, tingnan po natin ang kanyang pahayag. Sinabi niya na dapat hindi mangamba ang ating mga kababayan kung bakit hindi nila nakikita si Presidente kasi the government is functioning for the local government units or LGUs up to the national level. Now, ito ang sinabi ni Halag in a press briefing at the NDRRMC Command Center in Camp Aguinaldo, Quezon City. Sinabi niya pa na ang LGUs along the path of Raleigh have prepared extensively because of the good communication they established with the national government agencies. Ang sabi pa niya, functioning naman ang mga LGUs, so there's no collapse of LGUs, no missing local chief executives, all accounted for po sila. Even before dumating si Super Typhoon Rolly, there is also no breakdown of peace and order. So yun po yung mga kinlarify niya based po sa mga naririnig na balita natin nitong mga nakarang araw. Meanwhile, the request for assistance of local chief executives of areas affected by the Typhoon Rolly were already being addressed by the directors rather, and the regional DRRMCs Halad assured. So yun po. And then to end that, they also mentioned that the first NDRRMC-led meeting before Rolly made landfall over Catanduanes, and the first post-Rolly meeting after he left the Luzon landmass were supervised by presidential spokesperson Harry Roque. Now, Roque had said that Duterte was closely monitoring the effects of Rolly while working from home in Davao City. Duterte is expected to fly back to Manila to conduct an area inspection in Bicol region and Calabarzon since the weather condition has already been fair. So, yun naman pong clarification. So, para sa ating po mga netizen na nagtatanong na saan ba ang Pangulo during that landfall. So, yun po ang tugon ng ating chief, kumbaga, disaster response chief. Yan. Actually, kung ako na naman po, kung titingnan natin, syempre po ang kumbaga, pinuno natin sa ating bansa ay Presidente Duterte. And I think that is what leadership is all about. I'm also glad to hear na, kumbaga, the rest of the other leaders, like yung LGUs, just like what the disaster response chief had mentioned, are functioning. So, kailangan naman po yun. Kasi nga, kumbaga, meron namang delegation. So, napaka-importante nun sapagkat maraming kinakaharap na pagsubok ang bansa at kailangan meron po tayo natatatag ng mga leaders na siyang gagawa responsibly ng kanilang mga task when either the crisis arises or may mga challenges na ina-address po tayo ngayon. Hindi man po perfecto kasi nga po, kumbaga, crisis such as this, calamities such as this are not kumbaga expected, but at least they're doing what they can and looking forward na magtulong-tulong po sila ng sa gayon ay mapabuti din po ang kalagayan ng ating mga mamayan at ganoon din po ng ating bayan. Ayan po. So, what else do we have here? Sinabi din nila, marami naman po mga, kumbaga, hindi lang sa ngayon ng gobyerno, kahit mga pribado, mamamayan at organisasyon ay natutulong-tulong po. So, napakaganda naman po tingnan na meron pa rin po tayong bayanihan hindi lang po during the COVID crisis but also during calamity. So, napakaganda pong kumbaga endeavor ito. Talagang maraming matutulong. So, salamat ng marami sa mga kababayan po natin na bagamat na sa middle time ng crisis ay hindi nyo nakakalimutan na tumulong. Yan po. So, maraming salamat. And, any other local news na ayan, sa local news natin, meron din mga opisyal na yan, si Amy Marcos po, at ganun din po si Sara Duterte ay nag-distribute sila ng aid in Bicol, Quezon, and Batangas. Ganun din po, so si Vice President Robredo, she wishes the OVP had more funds to help the Office of the Vice President, sabi niya, sana may more funds daw to help a disaster victims. So, again, meron man pong hindi pinagkakasunduan ang ilang ating mga opisyal, ngunit at least na yung kalamidad ay nagtutulong-tulong sila. Yun po naman ang importante at yun ang ina-expect natin sa mga nakalari nating mga pinuno. Yan. So, other than that, yan po, yung ating pinaka-main news for today. Now, let's go out and take a look po ano bang nangyayari sa ibang bansa. Sa ngayon po, malamang narinig na po ninyo yung meron po, according to DFA, meron po sa bulletin nila on the shooting incident in Vienna. So, sabi po ng DFA, ito po November 3, 2020, the DFA through the Philippine Embassy in Vienna is closely monitoring the evolving situation in Vienna, the attack which has so far left at least one dead and several wounded. It has been designated by the Austrian Ministry of Interior as a terrorist attack. The Vienna police confirmed that the several suspects with rifles began their attack around 2000 hours CET in the center of Vienna. As operations are still ongoing, the Vienna police has requested all residents to stay indoors. The DFA, through the embassy, has gotten in touch with the members of the Filipino community and requested of them to stay alert and calm, remain indoors, and follow the advice of the Vienna police. So, sa lahat po ng mga kababayan natin na nasa Vienna, please be careful and do take care of yourself. So, stay indoors, stay alert and calm, just like what was advised by DFA. So that at least po kung wala naman po kailangan na puntahan sa labas, stay indoors na lang po. So stay safe po. Not only of COVID virus, but this violence also that happened. Ayan po. And last, okay, two more po. So again, for those in the USA, so I think everyone is aware that the US election has started and began, and now they're waiting for the results. So will it be Trump again, or will it be Biden? Who will win this presidential election? So yan po yung abangan natin for the coming days. So sino po kaya ang magwawagi sa kanila bilang presidente ng Amerika? And the last news that we have internationally for today is about cruise lines. So, as per the latest news, now last 2 days ago, in-announce ng CDC that they will be allowing cruise lines to sail, pero kumbaga by phase po ito. By today, okay, it was announced that cruising will resume in the U.S. waters until 2021 with lines renewing a voluntary suspension. So, this news came from the WashingtonPost.com. So let us just take a look. Now, they said that sa mga kapwa kong seafarer, the world's largest cruise industry trade association says ships with passengers will not return to U.S. waters this year. Ayan po. Now, ano po ba ang sinasabi dito? This was reported by Shannon McMahon this November 3. Now, cruise ships will not return to the U.S. waters with passengers on board until 2021. Now, this is according to CLIA, or Cruise Lines International Association, which announced this Tuesday. Now, the group has extended through December 31 a voluntary suspension of the U.S. operations that expired last Saturday. Now, CLIA includes Carnival Cruises, Disney Cruise Line, Norwegian Cruise Line, and Royal Caribbean. This makes up already, because they are big companies, so this makes up 95% of the global cruising industry, that big. Now, CLIA said in a news release that the continued suspension of operations will provide additional time to align the industry's extensive preparation of health protocols with the implementation requirements under the CDC's framework for conditional sailing and initial phase COVID-19 testing requirements for protection of crew. Now, the extended suspension of U.S. operations comes 2 days after the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention replaced its no-sail order with a conditional sailing order, requiring cruises to make a slew of changes before they can allow passengers on board. Now, cruises have not sailed in the U.S. waters since March, when the coronavirus pandemic began. Now, the order laid out the framework for a four-phase return to cruising that includes new health protocols, such as implementing mandatory testing and capacity restrictions. Martin Section, the CDC director for the Division of Global Migration and Quarantine, told the Washington Post on Friday that there was no timeline for passengers to return to the U.S. waters. Now, they would only be permitted after cruise lines completed the required steps, including a series of mock voyages with volunteers who will play the role of passengers. Now, the new framework draws upon health guidelines submitted to the CDC in September by the Health SEAL Panel, a team of CLIA cruise and public health experts at the Royal Caribbean and Norwegian Cruise Line assembled this July. Now, with its new extension on suspended U.S. operations, it seems cruise lines do not foresee the ability to complete those steps for return of passengers before the end of the year. Now, CLIA members are committed to implementing stringent measures to address COVID-19 safety, including 100% testing of passengers and crew, expanded onboard medical capabilities, and trial sailings, among many others. Now, Korea said in the announcement, we share a common goal with the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, to protect public health, which has been affirmed and reaffirmed consistently through other industries' response to the global pandemic. So the United States set a newly record for coronavirus last week, with nearly 100,000 cases recorded on Friday. Now, despite its no-sail order expire, the CDC still recommends in its level 3 to avoid non-essential travel, cruise ship notice. The travelers defer all cruise travel worldwide. Now, sa Toronto Post on Friday that the CDC currently has no plans to change the highest level cruise warning. So, alam ko nakakalungkot itong balitang ito sa ating mga seafarers na nais na talagang bumalik sa kanilang pagtatrabaho, lalo na ito ang kanilang main source of income. Subalit, dahil sa announcement po ito, yung akalang pagbabalik ngayong Desyembre ay na-move pa po at the end po ng 2020 at maaring ito po ay kumbaga walang sailing ngayong 2020 at kumbaga magsisale na nitong 2021. Hoping po sa first quarter ay maging okay na to as long as they will be able to comply to according to CLIA, yung mga cruise line na nabanggit natin, nitong kumbaga phased, tingnan natin, parang yung short, tayo sa terminologies nila, kumbaga meron silang conditional sailing, hindi po ba? So merong mga kumbaga framework that they have released from CDC regarding the conditional sailing and what we call the initial phase of COVID-19 testing requirements for the protection of the crew as well. So, that is what they will be doing siguro rest assured din po. Now, when we talk about cruise line, isa naman po talaga ito rin sa mga nagme-maintain ng highest kumaga, level of cleanliness naman po. So they will definitely be implementing stringent measures to address COVID-19 safety, including the testing po ng passengers and crew 100%. So anyway, to all seafarers, hang on tight. Kumbaga po, konting tiis pa po and soon we will be able to go back. We will be able to go back to our ships so that at least we can continue working. For the meantime, make the most out of what you have. Enjoy your time with your family. Keep safe. Rest very well. And if you can, venture into businesses or any other sidelines that can help you kumbaga earn extra money for your family, please do that. Don't hesitate. And on that note, anyway, abangan po ninyo sa mga next features po natin. Kumbaga ang magigiting po natin po OFWs, ganun din po mga non-OFWs, ano po ang ginawa nila ngayong pandemic crisis, especially po yung expected pinagkakakitahan nila ay ngayon ay kumbaga hindi available. So watch out for that. So with that, everyone, all I want to say is these are the updates. Looking forward that we will hear more on updates and at the same time improvements regarding the COVID cases that we have. At ganun din po kung ano ba po yung magagandang balita at mga balita kailangan nating kumbaga mag-ingat at the same time kumbaga maging aware of. So with that, everyone, all I want to say is stay safe, stay healthy, and looking forward that you will definitely have a great day. Now, this is Jamey Iris sharing to you ang balita natin sa araw na ito. With that, God bless you everyone.